Okay, I want to go through these, and I don't want you to come up here, I just want to tell you why. In fact, I want you to tell me why I can't do anything with them. Where did she go? Thank you.
These have the axe on them.
Yep. There was more than that, though.
Yep.
Give me the rest of them.
Hang on, just one.
All right, Sandy. Sandy Strange. Where you at?
Right here.
All right. You brought in this one. Let me get down here and look. Now, some of these are just not deals, and some of them are just incomplete. What do you got here? 65 total pads. 10 mobile homes. And the asking price is $2.2 million. On, what is that, 7 acres? 6.82 acres, or? Is that what that says? Yeah. Huh? Okay. Now, I know I looked at the financials, and I discovered this is a 7.5 cap. What else do I need to know?
I believe they base that cap on it being occupied and managed properly.
Okay. So, even if that's true, are they asking way too much for the property? And trying to sell it to you for its after turned around price, pretty much. In fact, I think I got those numbers from the P&L. It's in Florida, because I went through every single one of these last night. 30 miles from downtown Orlando, 27 miles from Daytona Beach. Pro forma, that is, pro forma value, 7.5 cap. So literally, they're
But that one has
Mhm.
10 junky mobile homes on it.
Uh-huh.
It's got vacant lots.
Mhm.
It's mismanaged.
Mhm.
And that performa was based on the parking and the.
Sandy, you should come up here if we're going to talk about this.
Yeah, we can't hear you on the mic, sorry.
Get over here. I got a microphone.
Get over here. Boy, aren't you mean today?
I know her.
Hurry up, Sandy, get over here.
I know her. She's been in our house, Ron.
Our personal resident.
And so what does
Yes.
that got to do with anything?
We know. We're familiar.
That's
We're
right.
Familiar.
Go ahead.
They base that on, there's 10 boxes on there that need to be trashed. There's 6 vacant lots, and the park is totally mismanaged. The owners paid, is that the one? They paid 1.44 for it back in 17, and the owners came back into the park again to try to turn it back around again.
All right, but my math says you're paying $33,846 for a
Pad, correct.
which is a very high price for a pad. All right, and then somebody has still got to put a mobile home on it,
Correct.
or you got to rent it out like it is. And I'm just telling you, you're paying retail price for this sucker. Retail price.
Okay.
That's a lot for an undeveloped mobile home park, and that's what it is, isn't it? There's only 10 trailers on it, and you said they were junky.
No. It's not 10, it's 65.
Pads.
65 pads.
But 10 trailers,
10 trailers, correct.
okay?
But the 10 trailers are owned by the park,
I know, but they're not really good, cool trailers.
correct.
Now, I love the location. It's right outside out of Orlando, and it's between Orlando and Daytona, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, but it's still retail price for this sucker. Now, that doesn't mean you can't offer them a lot less, I guess.
Correct.
Do you know anything about the seller?
Not yet.
All right,
I've called the real estate agent twice and left him a message, but my next step was going to be to contact the broker.
okay, so you mean the agent did not return your call?
Imagine that.
So, where do you live?
About 20 miles from there.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's close. All right.
It's just north of Orlando, and so am I.
Well, let's do this. I got no problem pursuing this, but I want to know more about the seller's needs and wants. Now, if they paid 1.4 for it, that's a good sign. 'Cause
Yes.
that means they'll take a whole lot less than 2.2.
And that was only 2 years ago,
Yeah, and they're trying to sell this thing undeveloped,
correct?
so they don't like it.
Did they fix it up, Sandy, since they bought it?
They've been in the midst of doing it from what I could read. Again, I can't get a hold of the agent, so I just thought it was something definitely worth checking into because it's totally mismanaged.
Right.
Especially if they have 6 vacant lots out of 65 and 10 trashed homes on it, which I don't have a problem filling.
What'd you say, 6 vacant lots?
6 lots do not have anything on it, and there's 10 mobile homes that need to be rehabbed.
But aren't the rest of them vacant as well?
No, they're not.
Well, what's the deal here? You got 65 lots, you got 10 homes. What's on the other 55 lots?
Rented mobile homes. Tenant,
Non-parked owned.
Oh, the
non-parked
owners
owned
own them.
homes, correct.
Okay, I
I
got
don't
it.
know the lot rents
Well,
because I don't have more
Okay,
financials
so
yet.
what do we need to know? I'll
We
let
need-
you write.
How much people are paying?
I want to know
Right.
the actual numbers on this thing.
I know that.
What's the financials right now? And I'd like to really know, it looks close to you.
Yes.
I'd like to know, you ought to go take a trip over there when you get back.
I'm going to on
And
Saturday.
What do these trailers look like? And maybe you can even get a hold of the owner. There's nothing stopping you from getting a hold of the owner, you know. Even if it's listed, you still got to pay or you don't, seller's got to pay the agent. But there's no law against you contacting the seller, even if the agent procured you. They don't like it. And it'd be best if you brought them in on that, but you got to collect a lot of facts here. And do the owners live on site?
Don't know. No, I know they don't live on site.
If they did, it wouldn't be in a shape, would it?
Correct.
Okay. Well, just for kicks and grins here, well, you don't know what they're renting the lots for, so basically this is just a mobile home park and might be better off if you don't buy any more wobbly boxes. All right? Just think, the less wobbly boxes you buy, the less repairs you got to have. And when people drag their own home in there, they got to pay several $1,000s to set it up. They're not going anywhere.
And I have people that want to do that.
Sure. And I'd love to find out what the rents are, because the first thing we're going to do is raise the rent.
Right.
That means we're going to raise the net operating income.
And this
Okay.
one, I believe, has a septic system that they rebuilt the drain
Probably-
fields on, but the
Septic or
water is, yes, septic.
sewage treatment plant.
Septic master, so that's a sewage treatment plant, I would imagine. But the
Mm-hmm.
water is public and it is metered, so
Yeah.
I can't up
Okay,
the
well, that
price on
sewage
that.
treatment plant is a pain in the neck, you know, but manageable. You pay somebody to come in there and
Right.
keep it up, and it gets inspected from time to time, and blah, blah, blah. I don't know, we don't know that, though. It says septic, master septic. So, anyway, all right, well, let's get some more information on it. And then we can figure out what it's netting now. Then we got to figure out what our upside is. And then we
I
can take
looked
that.
online, and they had a first mortgage of $975 on it when they bought it.
Well, I wonder if that's still there.
It is not paid off.
Okay, good. That means I want to know what their payment is here, right there.
Can we take them subject to, like we can residential?
Well, it's up to the seller,
But I mean.
absolutely.
Okay,
But you can wrap it too.
right, well, that's what we
Yeah.
have to do, something
I wish
like
I knew
that.
what that payment was and what relationship that is to your net operating income now. Is it a negative? Is it a positive?
Right,
Because if it's a negative, you know why these people want to sell. And I'm telling you, they're asking 2.2. I bet you they'd give this thing away if you took over their debt and paid their broker and their closing costs for them. So, and that's what we're looking to do.
Right.
After you get some facts.
right.
All
I
right.
have another one over there,
Now, I
too.
want that information way before the first meeting.
That other one on the top, Brian, that's mine?
Yeah.
Because that's an X2.
Yes,
I love the location of that. I could actually
I
drive
know.
to it.
I know.
yeah.
Not required, but, okay, did we already talk about this?
No,
or-
that's
No,
the
that's
good one.
not-
There's another one in there.
This
that
one you
had-
call?
No,
Oh,
we have.
that's one we already.
Yeah, that's one.
Give
Yeah,
him
that's
the other X one.
Well, wait a minute.
Since I'm up here.
So this one I don't want?
That's the one Brian and I need to follow
Yeah.
up on. That's the
Okay.
first one I was up with the RV park.
I don't have that other stack with your other one in it
Okay.
right now. Okay, we'll look at Sandy's other one. You want to do some more?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why you're here.
Yeah. This is Veronica.
Thank you, Sandy.
Veronica, great job, Sandy.
Brian, didn't we do this one? $585 asking price,
No.
24 pads?
No, we didn't do this one.
They're all running together.
Honey, I got to get Brian, who we were talking about those deals before. Yeah.
She's ready to go too.
Okay.
Okay.
These would be a lot more exciting to you guys if you were the one up here in this chair.
Yep.
Okay, what do we got
Yeah.
here?
Okay, that's the one in Grand Coulee. We have a combination RV park with 5 apartments. It's the only laundromat in town. 24 RV spots, and they're trying to get out of it because their husband has Alzheimer's and they can't manage the property anymore. And they are
Okay.
willing to
Okay, and where are we at here? Washington.
Washington.
All right. As I recall, it's a beautiful project. Let me see. Nope, this is not the one I was thinking about. So this is not on the water.
No,
So both of these are part of it?
correct.
Okay, what's the asking price?
585.
Wow. The owner will carry with $250,000 down.
Yeah.
And so it's got 3 park models, 24 spaces, city sewer and water, manager's living quarters, 5 parcels, upside and rent increases.
The financing, bank rates and 25-year term. And if,
That's what they want.
yeah, so they'll
the
carry that.
broker put that in their mind.
Yeah.
We'll fix that. They even sell propane on the thing, and it's got 5 apartment units. All right. Do you know what this is zoned by any chance? Because it looks like it might be a good commercial. At least this one here. I don't know.
Have you been by here? Do you know where this is?
No, I have not
Oh.
been by it. It's
Okay.
on the other side of the state. This was referred by the other broker that I was working with.
Well, if it's on the other side of the state, how will you handle it?
Get boots on the ground.
Well, you understand this is going to be a lot of work now. If you don't think so, ask the Slags. This looks like their park. It does.
How many spaces does this have?
24. You know, it looks like a decent park.
It looks like it's on a busy area.
Got the only laundromat in the
Yeah,
city, you
That's
say.
actually a good feature.
Yeah. All right, well, what do we need to know that we don't know? That's the question I'm always going to ask.
So the zoning is a combination of hotel, motel, mobile home park, and then they got 2 buildings that are zoned as trade, general merchandise.
Okay. This is supposedly be some kind of financial information, but this whole bottom here, somebody made up,
Right.
as if we went out and got a bank loan. I don't even see the NOI on that sheet. Do you?
That's the main thing you're looking for.
Yeah, they left off the most important number. It must have been an accident. And the rest of this is just worthless junk. I don't even care. I mean, you can throw this stuff in the
So the
trash.
NOI is 88,532.
All right,
Okay.
where did you get it from?
Yeah, where'd you get
I
that?
ran some numbers off of that financial sheet.
Well, I'm not sure you can do that, because I don't understand that financial sheet. It's not laid out right. It doesn't make any sense, really.
Is it broken out? Does that include the laundromat money?
Supposedly.
It says it does.
Okay.
Uh-huh. But what is all this stuff compared to this stuff? I couldn't trust anything on this thing.
Normalized out is
Yeah.
how they have
Uh-huh.
that.
So what does that mean?
Yeah, I've never seen,
Somebody made that one up. All right,
just
and then
thinking
I'm,
averages, like the averages are
okay.
gonna be that.
Well, this is an annual P&L, and it's 2017 to boot. So,
2018 still being worked on.
all right, well, okay, so you just took these numbers. Your gross income supposedly $160,000. There is no way you got an $88,000 NOI. I don't believe it. You got $33,000 a year in utilities, which is a good thing, because we can probably cut that down.
Well, and plus the park is paying for all the utilities.
I know.
There's like
Right.
six
That's why
or
it's a good
seven
thing.
different meters.
That's why it's a good thing. Okay, we can take that $33,000 and turn it into zero. By doing what?
But and letting the tenants pay for
No,
it.
popping in meters in
Yeah.
front of the trailers.
You actually have to install a separate meter at each place. What did that cost at Andrew's place? Like 30?
$350.
Yeah, $350 per location.
Okay. I don't see, geez, I don't even see real estate taxes on this thing. You can't believe anything on here, Veronica. I can look, there's no management on here.
I knew it's here, and here's your questions.
Oh,
No,
I
they
I don't
manage
believe
it
anything.
themselves. They live on site and manage it.
Which means that nobody's paying management, therefore dropping your NOI even further. So, either way, I won't fault their asking price, and remember, that's their asking price, not your purchase price. So that's a good thing. I see this, I like this, because probably very reasonable, but I have no clue what this, I can't tell anything about it. There's no NOI that I can pick up, none of that stuff. So whose alarm? Wake up, whoever's alarm that is.
Hey, Lynn, that was their alarm to come back to class.
All right. Do you know what information needs to be collected?
Can you hook up?
Is that an important thing for you guys to
So we can
understand?
do searches?
Okay, what's the first thing I'm looking for?
I want to do searches like on Saturday.
Math. A bunch of it is missing on there. The expenses are not correct. I need to get a real P&L. Be nice to get a real tax return for 2018. They should have it by now. And that'll give me the real numbers. Minus the cash that, well, they live on it and manage it themselves, right. Okay, minus the cash they put in their pocket and didn't report. When you got a cash cow that produces cash like that, come on, you think the owner's really reporting the cash? Not enough to make it look good. So I want to know what the real facts are on that, and I can't do anything until I get more numbers. Okay?
Okay, I did get the actual, she just sent me the actual rents on each of the lots and the.
Okay, well, I will believe on the front end that they're telling me the truth about the income, because they know it's so easy for me to find that out. I don't believe anything they're telling me about the expenses, but I want them to tell me what the expenses are. It's not my job to go hunt them down. It's their job to provide them to me if they want to sell me the property.
Okay,
And I don't even try to tell me you don't know what they are. I mean, them. Because that means they're hiding something. All right?
all right,
Give some more facts.
okay.
Great job.
Again, though, do you know what facts you need?
Financials, tax
Do you have your
return.
sheet?
Expenses are a good place to start. Then I want to know, are the rents below market, above market? If I think they're below market,
Well,
how can I raise them?
the information that the Realtor I'm working with said is that they are, well, it even says it's below market rent.
Yeah, well, they all say that. They're trying to sell the place.
Right.
Their advertising is just a little bit embellished. All right? So let's look at the rents. We can pretty much tell. I mean, if they're renting them lots out for $100 a month, we know we got a big upside, don't we? Yep. So, all right, get the math. We'll come back together.
Okay, great.
Okay, what else you got here, sir?
Yes, great job, Veronica. Gene. Gene, come on up. On,
Just joined your group and
You did?
wow.
Well, I'm glad. Bring home a loaf of bread. Just kidding.
All right,
No,
come
it
on up here,
wasn't.
Gene. Do you have any pictures or anything on this? Okay. All right, so this is in Nashville area, Ron?
Good?
Okay, so Gene's in Nashville area.
Now, I think I can plug that phone in if I knew how.
I got it.
I think Lynette can do it.
I got it.
All right, go ahead and do it.
Okay.
What is this? It's
Gene.
a office, right? And it's got, what is it? How many square feet is it? How many? Okay, they're asking 3.25 for it.
1480 on the square feet.
1,480 square feet?
1,480.
1,480 square feet. So it's just a little small office.
Yeah.
It's a small office.
Why do you want it?
Well, it looks like it could be divided into more spaces.
Not with 1,480 square feet.
So they're saying there are 4 basic rooms. There's one tenant right now. It's bringing in $2,000 a month. They say that the three rooms could have a solid wall put there, so it could be 4
Gene,
spaces.
you didn't answer my question. Why do you want it?
Well, I want to create income-producing situation.
Well, then you want much bigger properties than this.
Okay,
Because I don't care what you do to this. It's a golden turd, ain't it?
but that's all we got to say.
Huh?
I don't want a golden turd.
Oh, well,
Yep.
how much money can you make on a 1,400 square foot office building?
The only well,
Unless you want an office.
I would have used half of it for an office.
All right, well, then you should have said that. That's different.
Yeah.
Now you're personally involved in it.
Yeah, and so
Now you're going to make stupid decisions on it.
originally I was thinking 4 offices, but there's only 4 parking spaces. So the best
Right.
it could possibly be is 2 offices and we both get 2 spaces.
Or just one office that you occupy.
Or that way.
Yeah.
But I want to have half of it bringing income. Income for half of it is
Okay,
what I
what-
would really like.
Well, you'd really like it, but that 700 square feet is a mighty small office space for either of you. And
Now, I will say it is walking distance to Home Depot, the baseball field, the motel, the hotel, the restaurants, the interstate exit, the homes, and the condos, and the recycling center.
and none of that much matters for my office.
Okay.
So what, they want 3.25 for this thing. How much is that a square foot anyway? Geez, that's over $200 a square foot, ain't it?
Is that what it says?
I don't know. Yeah, that's over $200 a square
Yeah,
foot.
219.
Jesus, that's a lot of money
Okay.
for an office
Okay.
in any city.
All right. Well, I don't want to do a stupid thing.
Did they
Yeah.
offer any kind of owner financing? Is there
Nope.
anything
I
in
don't
the ad
either.
about that?
Nope. There's a $100,000
I don't even
loan.
care. I don't even care. I ain't
Okay.
gonna pay them that
Yeah.
price for that property.
No owner financing.
No. Oh, no owner financing, all cash, grossly overpriced. Other than that, it's a good deal. That's how you learn, Gene.
That's true. I think I need my
Yes.
phone back.
Which one is
Oh, your
yours?
phone's,
Okay, well, you
Okay.
just got a call. I almost answered it.
yeah, from Hawaii. Good job, Gene.
Okay.
Let's bring Nick up. Nick, where are you?
Nick?
What's the last name?
Nick Voitis. Voitis.
Oh, Brian.
Sorry, Nick Voitis.
All right, put it down while he's on his way up.
Okay.
Where are we at? What do we got?
Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge.
Yep, they're asking 625, 4 acres.
130 an acre.
It's a picture of it.
Okay,
Hey, Nick,
what good is it, Nick?
talk to us.
What's around it?
A lot of it's a real high residential area. It's really close to shopping centers, restaurants. It's right in between Louisiana State University and then Country Club of Louisiana. So it's right in the middle of.
So it's probably commercial.
It's residential right now, and
Well, I mean, its best use is commercial.
it could be. I spoke to the broker. He said that it could possibly be like a retail office space or something like that.
Okay.
He said that the guy that owned it had 15 to 16 homes already approved by the city to be built on the 4 acres. So,
Yeah,
What
well,
happened to him?
huh?
What happened to him?
He owns the property. He was just doing some research.
well, you know he ain't building 16 homes on it,
No,
right?
because he inherited it.
No. Okay, but that ain't the reason he ain't building 16 homes on 4 acres. That means he got 4 houses per acre,
Correct.
and we're gonna lose at least 20% of that
Right.
to roads and ponds and so forth. And that's assuming it's all high.
Correct.
So really what you mean is, you maybe build 10 houses on it,
Right.
on that 4 acres. So, is that the best use of it, though, with a country club on one side and a university, you said, on the other side?
Right.
That doesn't sound like a good place to build houses to me.
No,
Well-
maybe student housing, like multiple unit.
Well, yeah, could I put apartments there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what.
Well, how many?
I don't know. I have
Well,
no
I
idea.
certainly want to know that, because if I can put apartments there, 4 acres, I can put a lot of apartments on
Yeah.
4 acres, if they'll let me.
Especially
Right.
right by the school, you'd have tons of students in there.
That would be something I would have to ask the planning commission, obviously.
Well, or the broker that's in charge of selling this thing should know
Right.
that kind of thing
Yeah.
about this property. In fact, I don't know what else I'd do with it other than put multifamily on it. Okay, so a bar, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe.
4 acre bar.
There you go, Jeff.
That'd be a lot of money.
Yeah, that'd be a good place for a bar.
Busy
However-
every night.
However, they wouldn't let you put it there most likely because it's so close to the university.
Right.
All right, so I'd want to know, and I'm telling you right now, it's up to the broker to find this out for you. It's a friggin' phone call.
Yeah.
Or it's a phone call you can make if you want to the zoning department, but then they want to know what parcel number is so they can look it up. All right?
Well, I'd rather
Because-
the broker do the work.
Well, I
Since
agree,
he's
but
making
that
the money.
means that you got to get him to do the work. And,
Right.
you know,
I
some
understand.
brokers don't mind, some drag you out forever. Now, what if I could put, I don't know,
Okay.
what if I could build apartments there, at least 2 stories high, attached to each other,
Yep.
and maybe get, I don't know, 40 units on that property? Now, if I get that zoned, what does that do to the value?
Way up.
Yeah, way up. Now, 625,000 seems like a lot of money to pay for that undeveloped 4 acre lots to me, so I'm gonna go for a lot lower price than that.
I did speak to him about the price.
Yeah.
He said that the owner turned down 610 4 months ago, and now he wishes he would have taken it.
Uh-huh,
And he is very motivated to sell it
uh-huh.
because it was aired to him, and he don't feel like dealing with it anymore, and he's had it for.
So it's a gift from the gods to him.
Correct.
Right.
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 And he also said that he would entertain some owner financing.
I know he
Oh,
will,
okay.
or I ain't buying it. So listen, when somebody tells you he turned down blank earlier, that needs to go in this ear, out this ear, and now what, stop nowhere in the middle. Because first, it might be fake news, and second, you have no idea what was part of that offer. Maybe there's a whole nother reason he turned it down.
Yeah.
And 4 months ago, I don't care anyway. His whole world could have changed in 4 months.
Right.
All right, so don't let that kind of stuff sway your offer on this thing. How will we know what somebody will accept? Make them an offer. There is no other way. It doesn't matter what the broker says. Even the seller doesn't even know what they'll do till you give them something to choose.
Right.
They don't know, you know, and they're certainly not going to come up with these creative solutions we're talking about. So again, don't believe anything anybody tells you. Make the offer, and then you'll find out very quickly. So again, I think 6 1/4 is too much to pay for this property in its current situation. I do. But I don't know and I don't know enough to tell you where to go from here, except I don't see anything but multifamily going on there unless it's some individual use property like these. So that's my play on this. Find out if you think we can get multifamily use, and if so, how many per acre?
Okay.
That's only 10 per acre. And when you're building up, that ain't a lot of apartments, is it?
No.
So that's what I see. 2 or 3 level apartments and probably 6 buildings on this property. Now we got a very valuable piece of property.
Okay.
So you talked to the
Or-
agent already on this?
Yeah, I already talked to the broker.
Broker?
Yeah.
And they could also put townhouses in here, which is 4 units attached to each other. We got a ton of those around here. And they're very popular as well. But I won't get as many per acre.
Right.
But since they're attached, I can get a whole lot more than I can building houses there. All right?
Now, do you know what rents are here? Like, what could you rent a 1-bedroom apartment? That would be another piece of your research.
I would have to look.
Yeah.
I seen, as far as housing goes, they were selling right now for about 200 a foot.
Really?
That's the only
good.
thing I looked up.
200 a foot.
That's good to
pretty
know, but that ain't gonna make me wanna build houses there.
Right.
Not if you can do multifamily.
All right, so what do I need to know here, Nick?
Well, I need to find out, first, if we can even do multifamily on there.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me.
I also need to see where the owner is on pricing for the property.
Well, what else do you need to know about the multifamily?
How many I could put?
Per
Per
acre.
acre.
Or on that tract period,
Right.
okay? Then we want to find out if the owner is flexible, all right? And what they have in mind.
And when
Yeah.
you said owner financing, what is he thinking? You know, he said he might be open to that, but what is that? How
Yeah,
much
but
down
asking the
and-
broker that is a waste
Yeah.
of breath,
Yeah.
okay? When you get past the front end hurdles, probably should just call the seller directly.
Well, one thing when I did ask him, he didn't, he said yes
To what?
to owner financing. He didn't say, well, what type of terms are you talking about? What do you?
I know, that's
he
what,
just said yes.
he's making
Yeah.
the point right now. We got to get to the bottom of what that means to him, and that's a direct call to the seller. Broker's not qualified to answer that question. He don't know what the seller will take.
Okay.
I don't even ask him, because I know it's a waste of breath.
Right.
But I do ask him, have you discussed seller financing?
Yeah, and I would say, have you talked to your seller about the seller financing? I see here it says would accept, or you said he would. Have you guys discussed that further? Is there any details on that? And, you know, if you share something, great, and if not,
All
then
right.
work it out.
Okay, so you know what we need.
Correct.
All right.
Nick, you
Yes.
got another one, though.
Yeah, that one's a multifamily.
Okay, this is another one, Ron. He brought in two.
This one I wasn't too sure about once actually spoke to the broker,
Okay,
and he's owner slash broker.
so they're asking $1,995,000, says negotiable.
And what is it?
It's multifamily.
How many?
28 units,
It's $40,000 a unit, ain't it? Or 30?
30,
35
33.
unit? 33 a unit?
33,450.
All right. What's the NOI?
on his sheet it said 125,
Okay. What is he asking? 995?
995.
Well, if it's 125, a 10 cap would put it at $1,250,000, wouldn't it? So he's
But-
asking less than that.
Well, the only thing that I don't like about it is because I asked him to email me the financials on it. And he said, well, I can email them to you, but they're probably not going to be accurate because we're actually suing the management company because they're all screwed up. He said, so he said, I can send them to you, but they're not going to be accurate. And I said, well, what can you send me so that I can know what you're making and what your expenses are? And he said, I could put something together to you and email it to you.
Okay, we'll let him do that.
Yeah.
See what the new NOI is. Because on its surface,
Where did he get the
looks chaseable.
125?
He gave that to me off of the pro forma for 2020. After he got the management done
Okay,
and
so it's
everything
definitely
fixed.
not.
Okay, no.
Not getting that now.
Right, because it's
Hey,
only
hey.
75% occupied.
Says 86.
Well, that was on his advertisement, but when I spoke to him,
Okay.
he told me it's actually only 75%.
All right. And what's this 5-year loan with a balloon?
His
Oh, investor at Miami, looking at it. That's nice. Who
well,
cares?
no-
Huh?
yeah, but he said that he don't think that guy's serious, and the reason that they're selling it is because they have the balloon is due in February.
Oh.
But he said he might be able to get 2 extensions to bring it out to June or July.
What's the loan amount?
He didn't give it to me.
Well, why didn't you ask?
I
What-
did.
What does the amount of the balloon do in February?
I did ask him, but he said he didn't know off the top of his head. Which
That,
I think is, I think he was lying personally, but,
Really?
right.
well, that kills your getting owner financing, guys. If his
Yeah.
financing is going to evaporate in a
Yep.
few months, he can't give you any owner financing.
Nope. And honestly, that means that I'm not really excited about this project. I'm not going to pay him cash for this pop. It ain't really, I mean, I keep saying this, but you guys want to make money or you just want something to do? Okay? Look at these. They sure ain't attractive apartments either. I think they're kind of ugly.
It's not in the best area of town. It's
Yeah.
not a war zone,
Plain
but
Jane
it's
kitchen there.
close.
It's close to a war zone?
It's like right in between.
Gonna have them a hard time renting them. I don't like the project.
No.
Therefore, garbage.
Well, never know. Offers don't cost anything, do they?
No.
Okay.
True.
So what if you were to call this guy up and say, listen, I might be interested in it, but I can tell you right now, I ain't gonna come anywhere close to your asking price. I mean, not even close. So first of all, I wanna know what that balloon is,
Right.
and that might be what I buy it for. And I'll buy it on a wrap, and he'll sign a statement stating that if you can't get it paid up, you're not, you hold you harmless, because I'm not worried about the balloon. Is it a private loan or is it a bank loan?
Bank loan.
Oh, even better. You think the bank wants this?
Nope.
Okay. Okay. So I buy the property. All right, then they try to call the loan due. Okay, to notify him. He's going to notify me, and I'm going to say, bank, listen, I own the property now, and I'm trying to get it rented up and stabilized, and then I'll probably sell it. I would suggest you actually take payments until I can get that done and ignore coming after this balloon. I mean, it's just my suggestion, bank. However, if you want the property rather than the money, no problem, I'll deed it to you. As long as you pay the cost, but I can tell you right now, I'm gonna quit taking care of it, so I can't guarantee you what kind of condition it's gonna be in when you get it, but I'll leave it up to you. What do you think? They're gonna say, when they finally conclude, they have nothing on you, and they have no control of you. Who's in control? You are. I would be shocked if they didn't work out a deal with me and not call a balloon. And frankly, guys, just because there's a balloon due, it doesn't mean they're going to call it due. When they call a balloon due, it turns into a defaulted asset if it's not paid. They don't want defaulted assets. I mean, you really don't know what that does to a bank. It lowers the amount they can lend by government standards. They hate defaulted assets. It's the plague to them. Now they got somebody here already owns it, prove it to them, and can work out of it, and willing to make the monthly payment. They'd be an idiot to call the loan due. In fact, I could make a legal case against them if they called the loan due, because they have no reason to, except they can. I'm repairing the property, I'm getting in good shape, I'm leasing it, I'm not putting them in harm's way. And by the way, if I did sue them, what would that do to their calling the loan due? Stop it cold. How long do you think I can drag this puppy out? Now, I got to have the seller. Well, actually, I don't need the seller, but I joined the seller in on this countersuit because it is his loan. I got to make that clear up front. If they call a loan due and I can't deal it out with them, you're going to work with me on countersuit. No secrets here. Address the elephant in the room. And honestly, what's the seller's choice? They have a choice. They can do nothing, hope for a miracle. God will provide. Or not. Huh? So I definitely want to know what that loan is, and I want to know what that payment is. By the way, I want to know if it's current, too.
Well, that's what he did
Yeah.
say it was current. He knew that.
Okay, well, he's in a pickle.
He is.
All right?
I'll find all that.
Oh,
out,
that's an
see
easy
what's-
deal if he'll let us just take over the debt, pay the closing cost.
Yes, and there's a ticking clock on this deal with that balloon. You know, in February, he thinks that's for sure a balloon. And depending on what bank it is, too, guys, there's different levels of bank. I mean, Wells Fargo is different from your local bank. So
Yeah.
sometimes they'll be more flexible.
I don't care who the bank is. I don't personally guarantee debt to them. They have no control over my life. Here, get that on tape. Like that. In fact, sometimes I wish they would call a loan due so I could have some fun. I'm no stranger to litigation, trust me. And, I mean, there's no way I'm going to lose this case. I mean, there's no way I'm going to lose this case. And I'm telling you, I can drag them out. You can't believe how long I can drag them out.
I'll call them on that.
Okay.
All right. And he's right. That's why you get a deal on the property, because you're not afraid of the balloon scaring him to death. But you better not go in there and say, well, don't worry, I'll get that loan paid off. No. CYA letter, I'll do my best. And frankly,
this
I'd
is-
tell the seller, here's what happens. If they call that loan due, I'm gonna reason with them. If I can't reason with them, we're gonna countersue them
Okay.
and stop it cold.
Great.
Now, will that affect the seller's
Let's
credit?
hear it for Nick, guys. Yay, thank you, Nick.
Thank you, Nick. Will that affect the seller's credit? Well, sure, unless the seller's smart enough to own it in an LLC and the LLC got the loan. Then it won't affect their credit. I'm gonna say that again. I hope you guys got that. When you borrow money in an LLC, it does not affect your credit. It's not your loan. It doesn't show in your credit report. So it's the LLC that's suing the bank back, plus my LLC. We're jointly suing the bank. I got a case. I bought this property in good faith. I've been making the payment. I've been keeping it up. You got no reason to call this loan due. You're hurting me. You're taking advantage of me. Stop. And by the way, all I'm trying to do is get them to go away. That's the settlement. Stop calling the loan due. Now, of course, they're going to say, well, you come down and assume it. And I'm going to say, when pigs fly. That wasn't part of my deal. I don't remember agreeing to that anywhere, but I will make the payment. Believe me, they don't want this property. This is the last thing they want. Okay, what's next?
Veronica has one other one.
You guys, you're asking yourself, geez, how does he get so cocky? You want to know the answer? Well, number one, I've been beat up and beat up and beat up and beat up, and I'm still alive, and still here. I done figured it out. They ain't gonna hurt me. Number two, when you've been through as much adversity as I have, you get alligator skin, and you don't give a rat's ass what they do. And what makes that possible is I don't owe them any money, and I don't guarantee debt. So I know the most they can get is the property. Does that give you strength? You mark my words, one day you'll be just as big an asshole as I am. You watch. The longer you're in this business, the bigger asshole you will become. Well, you old geezers, am I right? Yeah, yep. And you'll develop alligator skin and stuff won't bother you anymore.
That's the old one.
Yeah. Okay, what do we got?
Oh, wait, is
We're
this
not
the
out
new
of time.
one?
No, that's the old one.
Oh, did we already talk
Okay.
about this one?
Guys, before I forget it today, I forgot it yesterday. Could you pull a couple bucks out of your pocket and leave it on the table in front of you for the hotel staff? In fact, we've kind of trained this staff to expect it, haven't we?
Is that
Because
part of it, yeah?
should you be taking care of the people who take care of you? These people have done a great job for us.
Yes.
So let's reward them. Just a couple of bucks, you ain't gonna miss it. All right, what do we got?
Okay. This one, they're asking $950.
What is it?
You want to tell them about it?
It's basically a lake fishing resort.
Where? Washington?
It's in Washington, Western Washington,
Now you're
close
talking.
to Mount Rainier National Park.
There's a really cool picture. Guys, look at this cool picture. That's the lake where it's on. Is that ever cool?
Yeah, but is it on this lake?
Yes.
Okay. Is this, well, I don't see the property, all I see is the lake and the mountain behind. That Mount Rainier, isn't it?
Yes.
Cool, that's the one that explodes.
No, that's Mount St. Helens. Mount St. Helens is the one that explodes.
I mean Mount, okay. That's right. You got me.
Rainier exploded 200 years ago.
All right. Oh, got a 200-foot dock on Silver Lake. That's cool.
Correct?
So that means we get to use that dock
Yeah.
to add all kinds of utility-type sports like paddle boats, maybe
Yep.
even motor boats,
Rowboat,
whatever the
but
lake,
with electric motor, paddle boat, and then
all
they
kinds of those things.
charge for all of that, plus park and lunch.
And they got 21 RV
This is how they're
sites
set up.
on the property and 15 campsites on the property
So they already
and a
have
bait and
rowboats?
tackle store. Huh?
They already got rowboats, paddle boats?
Oh, they good.
Yeah,
They
pricing
do.
and everything.
All right, so is that in our income here?
$55 for a boat with an electric motor, $35 for a rowboat. RV site, $34. That's pretty cheap.
That is dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Gee, that is really cheap.
You could raise the price on that.
Especially on a lake.
Camping is $30, so you can go into the site with a tent for $30.
Okay, that just became 50. Says it's a 10.4 cap. Oh my goodness, it's got a fishing resort with stocked rainbow trout.
Wow.
That's all I need to see. Water skiing, fishing, boating, seasonal resort, open 6 months out of the year, 6 cabins on the property. Okay, so it's gonna be open more than 6 months out of the year if I own it. Don't they have skiing up there?
Yes.
Well, why is it closed? Huh?
The road closes? The name of this thing is?
Well, yeah, at this road,
Yeah.
well, it depends on which way you go from Mount Rainier to go skiing. You can go,
Well, does it
How
close or
far
does
is
White
this from a
Pass.
ski resort?
I
10
don't,
miles?
I'd have to, no.
5 miles?
No, it's more than that. It's,
Oh, more than
it's 30 miles to get into Mount Rainier National Park.
Okay.
But that's still pretty close for urban
Okay.
areas to go skiing.
220-foot dock. Boy, that's a lot of dock.
Yeah.
And this thing has a big reputation. People come to it. It's their favorite spot to come to. Been around a long time.
How many cabins is this?
6 cabins.
$95 a night only.
Okay. $95 a night. All right. So with all that said, let's get back to the math. Okay, this thing says the net operating income is $92,000. But the manager is the owner.
Right.
So based on their current information, that's not correct. And I am sure there's probably some expenses missing out of this thing that I'd have to check.
I've got the P&Ls, the
All right.
Schedule C's in there.
Okay. Okay, here's some photos.
We always like to see pictures. You can tell a lot.
Cabin, view of the park. How many acres is this again?
The total acreage
Mm-hmm.
is, it's like 19.2
Yeah,
acres.
19 and a half acres.
19.42.
So how far away from civilization is this thing?
It's 18 miles from the nearest Walmart,
Okay.
7 miles from Eatonville, which is the nearest town,
How
30
big is
miles.
that?
Where's the nearest big city?
The nearest big city is probably Puyallup, and that's where Walmart is, so 18 to 20 miles.
There's a Walmart in Spanaway,
Yes,
closer than the one in Puyallup.
yeah, that's the one I put down here.
Is this a place where the locals would want to come to camp, and is it far enough away from home? This is one time I want it to be out in,
Yeah.
in the sticks. I don't want to go camping 10 miles from my house.
According to their advertisement, they've got very loyal seasonal people that come out there.
I
who've
believe
been
it.
coming there
Yeah.
for
And I
40
bet it's
years.
got it says they're retiring. I bet it's got a tired owner on it. They can't even see the forest for the trees anymore. They're so used to doing what they do. They can't even see how to improve the place. But that requires somebody with their head in that game, though. Unfortunately, Veronica, is that going to be you?
Not necessarily.
Well,
I
then-
hope not.
Then, you know, who's going to grow this thing? Who's going to increase the income? Who's going to pay attention to it every day? Who's going to manage the RVs going in and out of there and all that stuff?
Manager.
Well, okay, but is the revenue big enough to pay a manager since they're managing itself? And are you gonna
Probably
be-
not right now.
All right, well, it's, occupancy percentage is 35%, which
6 months
actually-
out of the year.
Right, and you got RV sites where they're coming in and out of. So, well, anyway, they're asking $950. That does not mean we have to pay them that, does it? And I am sure they want to get out, and I am sure they're not getting a whole lot of offers on this.
They've got a few,
Well,
and they, you know,
so they
they're,
say. Yeah.
they're not budging a whole lot from what,
So they got
So they say.
offers, but they turned them down because they were too low? Is that what
some
you're
of them were
saying?
lowballed and some of them wanted owner financing.
Okay, well.
So does that mean they don't want to do owner financing?
They do not.
They
Says they
get
want
cashed out.
75% cash.
Oh, 75%,
All right.
so a little bit of owner financing.
Well, I can tell you right now, if they don't want to do more owner financing rather than less, it's a dead deal to me. And I don't know how they're going to sell it any other way. And maybe they need to own it through the winter one more year. And in fact, you're interested in buying it now when it's closed. Might want to point that out to them. So this is worth having a conversation with them, assuming you want it now. Remember, you better see what the upside is here. And, you know, this thing says that there are 92,000 a year is their NOI. I wish I could believe that, because that's not a bad job for somebody,
Right.
to own it and operate it, especially just 6 months, which means probably 8 months for the operator, a month to get it ready, a month to close it down maybe. But,
Especially if you could focus on the numbers, you could improve that a lot.
well, yeah, obviously, what's the whole
Yeah.
purpose of buying any of this stuff that's got all these units on it? Lower expenses, raise income, raise NOI, raise value, and then what the heck is my exit strategy?
There's also a lot that's totally unimproved.
How big of a lot? All right.
Even connected to this
Well-
property?
Yeah, it's 2.72 acres.
Okay. You know, well, that could be parking, that could be storage, that could be all kind of things. It's a nice little project, but it's a nice little project for a retired couple that don't have anything else to do.
What are your mom and dad doing?
Yeah, there
They
you
don't want to
go.
manage a park.
Well, I don't think it'd be that hard to manage, but it'd be kind of fun. Meet new people all the time. Tell you guys, how many RVers we got in here? You want to try it sometime?
That's it?
Raise your hand. You don't know reverse from forward in that thing. But, hey, I challenge you to go rent an RV and go stay in an RV park for a while. You will meet a whole new group of people that are the friendliest people you ever run across. They have their own society. They do anything they can to help you. And, you know, most of them are, of course, up in age. And some of them live in these things and move them around and just enjoying life. You know, it's worth checking into. Maybe you've never done it. Hey, I never thought that I'd buy, you kidding me? Never dreamed I'd buy a brand spanking new fifth wheel and brand spanking new pickup truck and put underneath it and take off in my RV, but I've grown to like it. Now, we take our dogs. Either that or I don't take my wife, one of the two, which might be a thought. Shut up, I didn't mean that. All right. About the dogs anyway. All right, so listen, you got to decide if this is worth you chasing.
Yeah.
It sure ain't going to make you rich,
No.
is it? All right. You know,
What about rezoning it? It's zoned residential.
I don't know that you have a use for it rather than what it really already is. Because it's out there all by itself. I'd develop what you have here. I wouldn't try to change the use. I'd just add to the use. I'd certainly up the rents. I'd up everything. Because I'm telling you right now, if they can rent it for $50 a night, they can rent it for $80 a night during the 6-month season. And I'll bet you, I don't even know, I bet you they don't even have a website.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I bet you they're not even marketing. If they put a bunch of advertising out in Seattle, they would have people willing to pay $300 a night.
Yeah.
During the.
How far is it from Seattle?
I did see a website on there.
Yeah, and I bet it sucks.
So
How far is it from
probably
Seattle?
About 60 miles.
From Seattle?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh, that changes it.
This place would be full all the time in Seattle. And I don't, is there a winter use or not a winter use? I don't know. It's probably not skiing, is it?
I'll check into how
Okay.
close.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to be on the lake in winter. Huh?
Guy lives in the same area.
I know this area pretty well. There is winter use. There's a lot of activity in parts of Mount Rainier National Park. People climbing, people skiing in the park. Snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, snowmobiling, other activities like that.
In the winter?
Yeah.
Because there's still snow there, isn't there? Hmm? And there you go. Should have snowmobiles so they can rent in the wintertime,
Oh, yeah.
if you can attract them.
That would be a good idea.
And
We
you-
used to go snowmobiling in Minnesota all the time, and I loved it.
You have ATVs that they can rent during the summertime, and you need to take that 2 acres and turn it into a mud pit.
Yeah,
Not
a track, an ATV track on that 2
Well, that
acres.
depends now. Am I attracting seniors or am I attracting
Oh, that's true.
middle-aged? Seniors don't care about your mud pit. Huh?
People with kids.
But-
You'd start getting people with kids.
And you've only got 20 acres. 20 acres is quite a bit of land, though. That's plenty of land to go take an ATV and go driving through the woods and so forth. So, you know, just adding more income streams. It's kind of cool. So first I got to figure out who is my clientele, and I'm going to cater to what they want there. And
Who are the people that keep coming back year after year?
Families.
oh,
families?
you know what? You got to have a dog area. Got to have a dog area. Oh man, where they can put dogs together and let them.
Dog park.
Lick each other's
They
butt.
might, only because I saw on the expense sheet here,
Yep.
something about dog. They've
Okay.
got some kind of expenses for dog.
Okay, so there is some dog.
Well, you got to
thing.
have a dog area because look, these dog lovers are a bunch of freaks too, and anything else you could do. You could even add a dog grooming place there.
Dog babysitting.
I mean, it's just
dog boarding.
it's just endless, just endless. Huh?
It's snowy.
Well,
No, well,
can you
that-
or can't you?
That one's down lower than Mount Rainier.
So it doesn't snow there?
It snows occasionally,
It can be snowy.
Okay.
but
All right.
average 35 degrees in the winter.
Okay.
So it'll
Really?
go
Not
go
too
down.
bad.
Well, that ain't bad.
No, and then you can drive to skiing where it's colder.
We get that cold here. You know what? So when you take a park like this is where the personal thing comes in. We're probably spending way too much time on it.
Yeah.
But I can relate this to the Swanee Park.
Yes.
These guys, 35 years ago, took a piece of land and developed it in probably one of the most successful RV parks I've ever seen. And they brought music in though,
That was the thing.
and
What do you
most of the
mean,
stages?
the musicians
They got 5 stages
play
all around.
play music,
Yeah.
and they got a big outdoor arena with a big stage on it. But that ain't the way it started. They got a music hall attached to a restaurant. That ain't the way it started. It started with a pavilion, with people playing on the pavilion and everybody watching from outside. In other words, what will attract people to come to this park? Now, the one I'm a member of, my God, they got cabins, they got a pool, they got a horse stable, they got a section for people with horses, which you could easily have here as well, and trails to ride around. It's endless. And then, of course, they have multiple festivals every year. The biggest one being Halloween. Oh, they decorate the crap out of it. They must put up 1 million lights. And, you're way not going to do that. But my point is you can create things for people to come to a park like this, especially during the season.
Yeah. Make it an event location. And the fact, when you said 60 miles from Seattle,
Oh.
that's the perfect amount. That's the perfect driving
I
distance.
drive 100 to my park.
Yeah, you feel like you get out of town and you go to this
Yep.
beautiful setting and there's
Yep.
money in Seattle. a
And
ton
just
of
so
money.
you know, I'm always looking for someplace else to go camp.
Yeah.
So here I am in Seattle, and I'm watching your ads pop up on there. Well, let me check this place out. And then I call and I make reservations.
I mean,
I'm
I'd
just
like
saying.
it for a place for me to go.
Yeah.
Permanently?
Beautiful.
No, not yet, maybe someday.
All right, well, I'm just saying, I mean, that's, thing about that is somebody's got to have their head in that game and constantly be improving it, or it's just going to be another problem, like buying a restaurant.
But it's cash flowing right now, so I mean, if they,
Well, that is true, but again, she's got to put management in there. And then we're going to find out what is really cash flow. You want to pursue it, we'll pursue it,
they're saying 91,000 net operating.
which is
income,
not
so-
true because they're managing it.
Right.
Right.
And you don't know how much money they're not reporting.
And are they including their own salaries in that, like a management
take
salary?
salaries.
I do
Yeah,
not,
don't
no,
take
there's
salaries.
nothing in here about
Right, so-
management.
I didn't even see anything in there about repairs, as I recall. All right, enough on that one.
Okay.
Great job, Jerry. You're bringing some good deals in.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was going to say, no-
Yes, where are you guys getting these leads? Someone said to ask. Where did you get those? Actually, you had the 2. LoopNet, both of them off of LoopNet?
that
Okay,
site
so Veronica
is
got them off
incredible.
LoopNet. Who else do we have up here? Ed, where'd you find LoopNet? Land Flip? Okay, Land Flip, Sandy?
I just did a general search.
Well, what do you mean?
On what?
Google search?
Yeah, I did a Google search for mobile home parks in
Oh.
certain areas.
Okay. And
Huh.
there's plenty of mobile home park specific websites too.
Well, I'm looking at one right now. I can't do another one yet.
Okay.
Look at another one. What's this Com Reel? Whose is that?
Mine,
Huh?
That's
Is that a
a-
website? Or is that the name of a company?
no, I think that's the name of the company.
All right. All right, well, I got an X on this one. So your last one survived an X. Let's see if this one will. It's only 7 acres. They want 950,000. It's got 27 pads on it. Sago Mobile Home Park. Well, I know why this one didn't survive, because I got no information beyond that.
The P&L's in the back.
She might have more.
There's no NOI. Oh, the NOI is 54,884. And they're asking 950. I think that's what stopped me.
And I think, if I look back here, there's actually 3 rental incomes, 3 apartments.
Uh-huh.
That are not included in the NOI?
Well, they'd have to be. That's probably most,
And
okay.
I believe this is the one where they were individual lots, and there's 16 lots that are developed, but they only have those rented, including these 3 apartments. So that's why I thought it was a strong possibility.
There's 27 lots?
You're saying they got like 6 or 7 vacant out of 16?
Correct. There's nothing on them, but it's
Listen.
approved for 27 pads.
Oh, but there's not 27 pads on it.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. Guys,
That's all
It's
that
only
they
7
got.
when
acres.
you
That's
got
all
a
that they've got right
mobile home
now.
park's already got the roads in it. There's not much, you don't have to spend a whole lot of money developing a pad, because all you got to do is put water and sewer to it and electric, which is already there, and then pour a pad. Doesn't cost that much money, and you got a new lot. Anyway, so you think that the NOI is way low?
Yes,
Okay,
because,
we got a plat
That's-
map of what it should look like.
right. So Sandy, which ones are built out and with, right now?
Well-
Here's the lot numbers.
Forsaken now, it doesn't really
Yeah.
matter. Okay, we just
Yeah.
know there's a
There's
lot
a
of.
lot numbers
not
there.
built.
Okay,
Correct.
so you want to raise the value of this by building a bunch of lots,
Right.
Pads.
pads. Well, same thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then
And filling the ones that are there.
why do we think this thing is worth almost $1 million for 7 acres? Might be worth $1 million if the pads were developed.
Right.
Hey, the Slags have got 70 lots, and they're having a trouble getting $1 million. And a whole bunch of mobile homes on it.
But
So the asking price
this isn't far from Orlando, and it's
Uh,
not far from Daytona.
Well, that's certainly different than Evansville,
Yes.
Indiana.
Yes.
It's warm here.
This is it here, the star? Yeah, so
Yeah.
that was pretty close to.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
Straight north of
So you
Orlando.
haven't talked to the seller, right?
Right.
All right, well, then you need to talk to the seller or talk to the agent and get what kind of questions answered. Might be a great project. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to not have a great project where this thing is located.
I know.
And, you know, what,
Oh, it's near Stetson University, too.
yeah. I mean, you could fill this thing up with mobile homes and do Airbnb. How many Airbnbs there are in Orlando? Last time I looked, almost 6,000 of them. On the other hand, look at the traffic going into Orlando. 70 million a year. Wow. All right. So, all right, well, let's pursue it after you fill this thing out.
Yeah, we just need more info, but that's great,
Right.
Sandy.
Okay.
See, that's why you don't want to turn something down. Yay, Sandy!
Then turn it down.
No, but, yeah. Sometimes at first look, you'll see an NOI or something that you'll say, well, this doesn't seem like a deal, but sometimes you gotta look a little bit deeper. So, that was great.
And I got Linda Miller's up here with an X on it, which is a multifamily, Linda. 36 units. They're asking $970,000 for, which is $27 a unit. 0 NOI, 0 financial. Somebody did a hand thing on it here, which
Yeah.
I ain't even going to look at. I need more information on this one. Said broker already had an offer for 900, but turned it down. Okay, and they're asking 970. All right. However, Midland, Texas, $27,000 doesn't seem to be a very high price for an apartment, but I need a lot more information, Linda. I mean, I need some real numbers other than what you wrote on here, because you left off a whole ton of things that are real expenses, so your NOI is just not there. Because you're saying you got a $244,000 NOI, ain't no way you're going to convince me that with 36 apartments. So we need more facts on this one as well. Okay? You want to come pick this up. And then the last one I got is from Gerald that I got an X on. It is a raw land, 1 acre, for $380,000.
Yeah, I talked to this guy, and it's just a residential lot. Guys, if you buy a residential lot, how can you make money off a residential single lot? What's the only way you can really make money off of that?
Build a house or sell a lot.
Yep, so just
Yeah.
wholesale the lot, or, no, you guys aren't going to be building a house because it's just too expensive, and unless maybe Rich would build a house.
Ain't nobody going to build that house on
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Because, as I recall, it's beside $1 million house or close to $1 million house. Is that right? Yes? Well, then how on earth can they get $380,000 for a lot? Could I pay $400,000 for a lot and build a house worth $1 million? Not even in California. Well, I'm going to get more than $1 million out of it, or I can't afford to build it, especially in California. And it costs more. Everything's going to cost more. So I can't have 40% in an undeveloped lot on any house. Well, I could, maybe if it was a $20 million house and and I had this great big spread in there, but not on this price range. I'll say it again. In order to get that house built, how many square feet do you think it would take to sell for $1 million? Whoever's this is. Who is this? Huh? Gerald.
Gerald.
How many square feet do you think it'd take? Huh? Okay, well, you don't know what the price per square foot would be there either, do you? So is that a big gap in my pre-analysis process? I have no clue what a house would be worth built there, how big it would have to be. Therefore, I don't have any idea how much it would cost to build it. My senses just tell me if I'm paying $380,000 for a lot, man, I'm going to need way more than $1 million value. Understand? So when you have a lot like that, first thing you do, what's beside it, what's it sell for, what's it sell for per square foot? Then I'll have an idea of what should be on this lot, and I'll back that down to, okay, what percentage of that is they asking for this lot, or I'm willing to pay for this lot? And keep in mind, you are not a non-profit organization on purpose. The idea is not to just buy the lot for what it's worth. We're actually in the business to make money, aren't we? So if I'm going to buy a lot, I expect it to buy it for way less than what it's worth. Not even approaching what it's worth, or I'm just chasing my tail and another golden turd. This one should go right in the trash, Gerald.
Hey, Gerald.